Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to record again because the first time I did this I left my mic on the desk, disappointingly. I'm going to show you all of the things that I use for my Resin 3D printer. And realistically, these are things I wish I had before I started Resin 3D printing because I bought a lot of this stuff after the fact to make my life easier. So hopefully if you watch this video, you save yourself a little bit of heartache and agony and cleanup because oh my God, is the cleanup unbearable. And you find it useful and insightful. So with that being said, don't forget to check out all the links in the description. I have Patreon, Etsy, Discord, and then links for all of this will be down there. Not affiliate links, just down there. And then at the end of this, if you wouldn't mind, smashing that like button, hitting that subscribe button, turning on the notification bell if you would like. I plan to start uploading every Mondays and Fridays. So I have a week to record during the week, and then I have the weekend to record. And hopefully that can keep me on schedule now that the garage renovation is done. With that, I want to say thank you to Caden Oweiler and Everett Hope. Yeah, they're subbing me on Patreon. If you want your name shouted out in the videos, go check out the link down below. Now, I'm going to breeze through this because I really do not want to make another 20-minute video of me talking about this nonstop because I already did that once. So I'm going to blow through this as fast as I can so you don't have to sit here and listen to me ramble for the next 30 minutes. I'm gonna make this as quick as I possibly can, and I'm not kidding, starting now. This, one of my, honestly, that I ruined several vats of prints just because I didn't have a pre-wash station. This is a pre-wash tub. It's got a silicone barrier around it and it snaps in place. Not leak proof, but it does. That does definitely help. And this is a little plastic barrier in there that clips in place. I got these from Hobby Lobby. I'll link something like them in the description. This is a pre-wash station. Obviously, you pre-wash your models in there before you wash them. The big one, it helps get some of the sloughing resin off of your prints. Of course, if you're using water, then you use water. I'd still use a pre-wash station because realistically, it does flake off large chunks of resin. And what happens is it'll end up on your models when you go to wash them in the main washer, and then you kind of pollute your main wash station. And so things don't get as clean as they should, and then you cure them and it ruins the model. Next, paper towels. For the love of God, buy more paper towels. If you think you have enough, buy like 2 more. I went through almost an entire roll in a single day just from doing like 4 different prints. And it was 4 build plates full, don't get me wrong, but still, you blow through these so fast and you also don't realize how much you spill. Just saying. Paper towels, huge help. Make sure you have enough before you start. Otherwise, if you get caught with your pants down, gloves all over, and resin all over your gloves, I mean, you really start to think about all the things you can't touch and your door's closed because, you know, VOCs and all that fun stuff. It's a nightmare. Up next, IPA. If you're using ABS-like resin, tough resin, whatever you want to call it, everything but water washable, and then there's a couple of resins out there that don't use IPA. Get yourself some IPA, get yourself some good IPA. Make sure you have enough IPA to do your washing and curing. There's one thing I also forgot that I'm going to go grab real quick. I don't even have to leave. Boop, this. This is a spray bottle. This is a spray bottle. I use this right before it goes into curing. So pre-wash, big wash. I have a bucket that washes everything with IPA. That's the clean one. I try to keep it cleanest. And then I keep some in a spray bottle. And then I use the spray bottle, obviously, at the very end. Like if I see resin that's not quite doing the right thing or there's a couple drips, I'll spray it with this to help clean up like tough areas that resin might not reach during the spin cycle, even though it should reach all of it, I know, but this has been helpful. So I'll put that over there. Isopropyl, make sure you have some. I actually didn't have any when I first got my printer. It takes like a week and a half to ship and get to you. So just a heads up, it takes longer than you think it will, even though it's coming on Amazon. Spray bottle, it's a spray bottle, okay? Very helpful when you're doing this. These are plastic clippers. I use these to clean up my resin prints at the very end or help remove supports. I already had these, so this isn't something you need to have beforehand. Well, yes, it is. You're definitely gonna need this to get supports off. It helps a lot, especially when getting into really fine details, because when you start using things that are like, 25 millimeters tall, your fingers are a little bit too pudgy to do that. Plastic clippers. Those will be linked on Amazon. Not the same exact ones, but ones like it. Scalpel. I actually couldn't sell any models till I bought one of these, and I use this to clean up the little pieces that are left over from supports on smaller models that have a lot of them. This helped a ton. I highly recommend a scalpel. or at least some sort of craft knife. Box knives are a little bit too big, but that is really helpful. Next up, double-sided bristle brush. So you have your small side and your big side. This has been amazing for helping clean off excess resin and excess isopropyl. Isopropyl, obviously, you can hit it with air and it'll just dry up almost immediately. But seriously, one of these helps a ton. It helps with cleanup of prints, and it helps other things as well. I highly recommend it. Next up is a funnel. I can't tell you how hard it is to get resin from the vat into your bottle if you don't have a funnel. You're going to need a funnel. Even though they provide the little paper ones for you, which a coffee filter will work too, you're going to still need a funnel. Trust me. It is an absolute pain. I got this from Walmart. I probably should have got a different one because it has that hole in the middle with filters, but then either way it works. A funnel. Next up, I use these to scrape off the build plate and clean the resin vat, or kind of scrape on the FEP, right? FEP, or whatever material it's made out of. I was using this one, but I didn't really like it, so I started switching to this one right here. And this is just silicone. I got these at Walmart. I'll leave a link in the description for something like them. But these have been a godsend, especially with mixing resin. They give you a little plastic one, but it is so tiny, and then like it's just uncomfortable to use. So I switched to this. Next up, you will get one of these with your printer. I'm almost sure you will. This is a metal scraper. This one's great. It's very sturdy. The one at least that was supplied from Elegoo, very strong, but I would highly recommend you get one with a wider base. It's a little thinner. Sometimes the bigger prints like to come off in chunks instead of one piece. So if you use this and you can't get under the whole thing, I've cracked a model because of that, because I was only able to get half of it off instead of the whole thing. So if I have a bigger one, I'll use my 3-inch here to get that off. Metal scrapers or paint scrapers or putty knives, whatever you want to call them, great help. Next up, this is a respirator. I have P100s. My other ones are in the mail. I'm still waiting for them to come, so I haven't been using a respirator. These are just particulate filters. I've been using these out in the garage for being up in the attic and underneath the house. These are not the right ones. These are not the right ones. Not the right ones. Not the right ones. You need I think they're brown and tan. They're VOC filters. You want VOC air filters. This is just a 3M mask that you can use to snap these filters on fairly easily. Obviously, I would get one of these before you get resin printing. If you're going to do it a lot and you plan to do it a lot, you really do want those filters, because it's just a godsend. Next up, nitrile gloves. I had these before I started, thank God, because I ordered them in advance and they came next day. Make sure you get nitrile, not latex. Some of the ABS-like resin will actually react with latex, so you have to be careful. Plus, a lot of people are allergic to latex. But nitrile gloves, make sure you get some of these. They're cheap. Your printer will probably come with a couple. Get a box. It's gonna be you blow through these so fast. Just in one casing, I'll probably blow through 3 sets of these really fast without any problems. So just pick up some. Next up, second to last. Okay, highly recommend these. This is a silicone mat that you put under dog water dishes or cat water, pet dishes. I don't care what kind of pet you have. And this is to trap water, so it doesn't get on your floor. These are like $6 or $7, all the way up to like $14. And this is what I actually set the build plate on and then scrape off and then clean up. So I don't get it all over the table. I don't get it everywhere, and I have like a dedicated spot to do the resin, so I don't spill it everywhere like I did originally on this table. Spill it everywhere. And that's everything I would buy before I start doing resin printing, or after I have the resin printer and you're looking for more tools. These should help. The very last thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to have to grab you and take you over to the resin printer itself because it does not fit on this desk. So let's go take a look at it. So here's the thing that doesn't fit on my desk. What this is a grow tent, and I'll have it linked on Amazon. This one is the 18 by 24 by 30, I think, or something like that. And I basically house the Saturn IV Ultra, a bottle of IPA, my wash station, and the resin in there. And then any tools I use that are still partially dirty, and then my resin drip tray also. Highly recommend this. Honestly, it's kept the fumes down in here. Now, of course, if you open this, but highly recommend a grow tent to contain everything. You can zip tie and tape all the holes so you don't have any leak or seepage of the smell. And now I'm able to stand in this printer room and not have to worry about any smells. It really has changed the area. So highly, highly recommend one of these. I think they're like 24 or 30 bucks. Totally, totally, totally worth it. So I'm gonna go put you back over there and then I'll close this video out. All right, I hope that didn't waste too much of your time. I didn't set the camera down exactly where I thought I did. So I'm gonna just rush through this as fast as possible. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Help me break that algorithm. I do plan to upload continuously now that the garage renovation is done. And thank you so much for the support. It's been awesome. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Help me get there. And don't forget to check out the links down in the description. No affiliates, just straight links. Peace. Thank you. Go print shit.